good evening, everybody. How y'all doing, man? What's going on with you? What's going on with you? Man, what I tell y'all, I just had the best nap in the world. If you over there on Instagram, we over there on the tube. We hanging out on YouTube. If you on Instagram, we on YouTube. If you want to see the screen, you can come over there to YouTube. Right? What's going on, man? How you doing? What's going on? How y'all doing? Hey, if you want to see the screen like everybody else see the screen, come over there to YouTube. But if you just want to hang out on Instagram and check it out on Instagram, feel free to do so, man. Shout out to everybody that might be pulling up over there on the Tick of the Talks. If y'all hanging out with me on the Tick of the Talks, how y'all doing, man? And speaking of how y'all doing, let's get into it, man. Good evening, everybody. If this is your first time tuning in to Tim's Tidbits, please allow me to say welcome. If it's not your first time tuning in to Tim's Tidbits, y'all know them still gonna say, y'all say it with me on the count of three, man. 1, 2, 3. I still want to say welcome. But I also want to give you a nice hearty, well, thank you for always tuning in to Tim's Tidbits. If you don't know who I am, my name is Timothy Lee Rogers Sr., a.k.a. Aranya Grande, right? IG. Y'all can't see that IG. See that right there? Aranya. See that? Aranya Grande. Man, ain't never a big spot if you can't hablo español. Hey, you are now in tune to another episode of the Intraday Price Action Recap. You hear me? Hey, man, how y'all doing, man? Who we got up in here? Who in here? Y'all drop something in the chat so I can see who up here. Oh, wait a minute. I forgot to open up Discord, man. Let me go open up the Discord and send out the bat signal for the gang, man. I forgot to open up the Discord. All right. Let me send out the bat signal to the gang. I'm so sorry, y'all. I'm so sorry. I forgot to send out the bat signal to the gang. Right? Everybody, pull on up. Everybody, pull on up. How y'all doing, man? How y'all doing? Had to. Uh-oh. Let me copy this. Copy, paste, enter, send. Shout out to everybody, man. Shout out to gang. What's up? I see you pulling up in the voice, Yolanda. I see you pulling up, Jim. Hey, man, if you're part of the gang, feel free to pull up inside the Discord or pull up on YouTube. Or if you're not part of the gang, I appreciate you for tapping in, man. Shout out Deborah. I see Deborah up in here. I see FC. Well, shout out FC, man. Gang alumni in the building. Y'all give it up for FC, man. FC is gang alumni. Shout out to gang, man. Speaking of gang alumni, let's go see if we got some more some 2-year members, man. Let's go see if we got some 2-year members. I will be switching the Discord over to WAP. I will be switching Discord over to WAP. So I'm thinking about making March the 1st being like the drop dead date for the switch over. But I'm gonna be switching over. If you want to continue to support the channel by participating in the like the monthly subscription to be a part of the Discord. God dog it, Tim. I need to see your members. Yes. If you want to continue to support the channel monthly, paying the monthly membership to be a part of the Discord, I will be transferring all of that through WAP. Right? I will be transferring that through WAP. So That's how we're gonna do it. And let's look here. We're gonna put it to the top so we can see how many shout out Nacho Libre, Nando Labat Rabres, Nando Rabres. I'm trying to do them double R's. Rabres. Every time I see that, I think about Nacho Libre. Nacho. Think about Nacho Libre. Who know that Jack Black? Ain't Nacho Libre. We shouted out a bunch of people. Let's see if we got somebody new to shout out. Did we get anybody that went over the? Did we get anybody over the hump yet? Anybody over the hump? I remember we talked about Rhonda. We talked about Father Legends. Why does it keep jumping on me? Why does it keep moving? I think them the last ones we talked about. I remember talking. God dog it. What is this doing? It keeps jumping. We talked about what is going on here, man? The Feds watching? Is the Feds watching? Yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we talked about Father Legend was the last one. Tish, Father Legend, Rodwood, Kim, Rhonda. Yeah, those were the last ones we shouted out. But shout out everybody. That's 2 years. We got Valdez very close. We got the name I can't say very close. Got F Mac. Yeah, we got some people that's very close. We ain't got no new 2 years. But shout out everybody that's in the gang. That's got new badges. Everybody that's been supporting the channel, man. Shout y'all out, man. I appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying? It's all love. Shout out. Look at Jim with the double stars. Jim being here faithfully, man. Look at Kashaya with the double stars. Kareem with the double. Man, they being here faithful, man. I appreciate y'all. Yeah, I'm gonna have to what I'm gonna have to do on and I thought about see, I'm glad you said that, because this is why I've been taking like so long to do it. This is why I've been taking so long to do it, because if I stop the YouTube membership, then I have to come up with an alternate way of y'all seeing these membership videos. And that's going to require me doing a lot of work, because if I get rid of the membership, now I'm gonna have to go back through and reclassify all of these videos so that you can see, you know what I'm saying? It's like I've really been. It's like, see, this is how they get you to keep you in, because I got all of this stuff that's membership specific, and if I switch over to WAP, then I got to go back through all of this content and reclassify it, and then put it in a different, like, make it available to y'all in a different way. You know what I'm saying? And then make it available to you in a different way. So it's like, how that, and that's why because I've been thinking about doing this for a while. And it's like, the more I think about it, the more I be like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. I got to figure something out, though. I got to figure something out. That's the reason why. Because if not, I got to go through hundreds of videos and reclassify them, because they in there for like membership tiers. They're in there. They're done. In there. They're done. That honestly, there's no price for the Discord. The Discord is just something that I do for the people that support the channel via the join. Like if you join and sign up for one of the tiers, the Discord is just something that's, you know what I'm saying, that I do for them. And what is the Discord? It's not your normal Discord where, you know, I come in there and I promise you that you're gonna be a great trader, or I'd sit there and make up this whole big curriculum. It's just a place where I give more of my time. It's more interaction with me. You know what I'm saying? I do random pop ups. I got 3 Q&As a month that I do. Now, if you pop in and sign up for the silver, you might as well just stay here on and not hit the join button, cause the silver members is just like a smidgen higher than public, right? Just a smidgen higher than public. That's just cause you wanna um buy like a quarter of a cup of coffee for me. You know what I'm saying? Just say if I drunk Cuban coffee with the silver tier, and after YouTube take their 30%, I can get a quarter of a cup of Cuban coffee. So it's like the silver members, you know, I appreciate y'all. I love you, a lot of love for you, but there's not a lot that the silver members uh get
There's
access to.
people,
And
you
then
know,
like
I remember we
the
had that
gold
when I
members and the
your
black
basketball
spiders,
coaches and
they get
kicker.
Q&As. Somebody unmuted in the Discord.
That's me, man. I can't mute my phone back. It's tripping.
You say you can't mute.
Yeah, I can't put the mute back on. I was just on the call with Slater. He good. But I'm finna go out and come back in. Come on, phone tripping.
Cheap cell phone family. Alright. uh and so and then the gold members, they have a Q&A on the first Sunday of every month. First Sunday at 7 p.m. The Black Spiders, they have a Q&A on the first and third Sunday at 7 p.m. And those in the mentorship tier, they have a Q&A on the first, second, and third Sunday at 7 p.m. And they have tape reading on Monday mornings at 9. And then they have it's supposed to be a homework review on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. But nobody does the homework anymore. We're beyond. I guess we're beyond the homework phase, because the mentorship, that was a part of when I first started doing the art of reading price action, the public version. I did the art of reading price action, the public version. Then it was a if you paid for the mentorship, you had homework reviews and tape reading. But now, since we've done all that, don't nobody really do the homework no more. So it's just, you know what I'm saying, Q&As and tape reading. So that's what and there's no charge for the Discord. The Discord is just me giving back, because I appreciate y'all for supporting the channel. So I give an opportunity for people to have like more access to me, you know, because a lot of people be wanting more access. A lot of people want to book like a one-on-one, like, you know what I'm saying, I got a link to book a one-on-one in the description down there. That's through WAP also. The one-on-one costs $150, you know what I'm saying? But like the people that's in the gang, they got access directly to me. So, you know, there's really no need to even book a one-on-one, because, you know, you can just pull up pull up on the pop-ups, pull up on the Q&As, pull up on whatever, and ask your questions. You know what I'm saying? So that's the purpose of the Discord right there. So yeah. Anyway, let's get to it, man. It's Thursday. I already said that you're in tune to the intraday price Hexion recap. Um, Today the price went up, the price went down, the price went up, the price went down, the price went up, the price went down. The market was heavily manipulated today. Heavily manipulated today. All right. Do anybody got anything for me before we get started? Does anyone have anything for me before we get started? Do we got any questions, concerns?
Yes.
Go ahead, Yolanda. Shout out Yolanda, aka Shonister. What you got? You popping up to tell me that you got my picture?
She's an artist. She's sensitive about her work. She's not done.
I am an artist and I'm sensitive about my work. Y'all check this
So
out.
what you gonna do?
You already know what I'm getting ready to
Huh?
do. You already know what I'm getting ready to do. What you got? What you got? What you got
um.
for a Shonister? What's
Okay.
that?
When you have that new week opening gap
Let me move the picture so I can see the chart. What you
on
got?
the
What you
look on the I'm on the hourly chart.
on the hourly chart? Do I need to get my crystal ball?
No, you might have addressed it already, but when you have
New
like the
week
new week
opening
opening
gap.
gap,
This one here, the current new week opening gap.
yes, and then you have the gap beneath it. How do you mark all of that? Do you just go from the bottom and make it a separate sibby?
Hold on. Are you asking me? Are you asking me? Do I mark the new week opening gap and mark out this sibby right here?
No, the sibby right below it. Go right
This
underneath
sibby right
that.
here.
How do we mark that? Do we mark that as a sibby also?
You well in this case here, I wouldn't even I wouldn't mark that out because it incorporates the new week opening gap. So I'll decide which one I want to mark. So
Okay.
if I meet this just me personally, right? And it depends on how you mark your charts too. All right. Some people mark their charts like this. Some people do this and this, right? And then they'll put Sibby high, you know what I'm saying? Whatever, however you mark it. I'm just putting Sibby high, right? And some people put a date, somebody, however you mark your chart, right? So if you do your charts like this right here, right? Sibby high. I'm gonna put this over here, middle, right, right. If you're in the camp of marking your charts with lines for your PD arrays, right? Yours would be marked. Your Sibby would be marked like this, and then you could still have both of them annotated, right? Oh, I forgot to put the time frame. It's an hourly, right? So if you annotate it like this right here, right, you can have both of them annotated. All right. Let me get this stuff out of the way so I can. And it's, y'all know I hate when it be a jumbled up, right? So if you do it like this, is there a space there? Yes, there's a space there. So let's check to see if that covers the 50%. If I go to the, because you want to get the volume and balance, as long as it doesn't exceed past the 50%. Oh, we ain't got no wicks. All right, we don't have no wicks, so yeah. All right, so there you go. All right, so you'll put it there, right? You'll mark it like that to include the volume and balance. That's there, because there is one, look like, yeah, there is one there. And that wick doesn't exceed 50%. So if you mark it with lines on your, it depends on how, but if you mark it with boxes like I do, right? I'm not marking the Sibby out because I have my new day opening gap on the chart and I'm anticipating, since I'm anticipating price to draw into the new day opening gap, in anticipating of completing a market maker buy model back to this huge liquidity void right here from the new week opening gap. So I'm not annotating the SIBI, because in my mind the new week opening gap is the PDub rate I prefer to show. All right, but if you want to, you know what I'm saying, show the SIBI, then you're with a box, it would just be like this, including the volume and balance, and you would have a bearish fair value gap there, like that. That'd be your bearish fair value gap, like that. If you don't mind having multiple things on the chart in the same spot, right? That's how you have it marked out. And you'll notice that the new week opening gap goes up a little bit higher than the bearish fair value gap. The bearish fair value gap comes down lower than the new week opening gap, right? But that's how you will mark it, right? And then you'll see that price, when we went up today, price went above the lower quadrant of the fair value gap, and it stopped before it got to 50%. And then now this evening we've gapped open, right? We gapped open above the low of the fair value gap, and right now it traded up to the lower quadrant again, and then backed off of it a little bit, right? But I just keep in mind that this is the lower quadrant, and 50% is like right there at near the low of the new week opening gap, and 50% is right there near my target as far as terminus for completing the market maker buy model there, right? And then you can also look at the larger market maker buy model up here, right? But I like to break it down into sections, right? This market maker buy model there, just like we was looking at different market maker buy models inside the move as it was coming back up, like different ones. That's another place that I'm looking at. But that's just how, those are several different ways you can mark out, or choose to mark out, or choose to just keep in mind the PD arrays that's there when they overlap like that. I'm not trying to make carbon copies of myself. I just like to share different ways you can do it, and let people pick out how they want to dress up their charts. Did I say what's up to everybody? If I didn't say what's up to everybody, I'm sorry, y'all. What's up, everybody? Deborah, FC. Oh, yeah, I stopped at FC because I said FC was alumni. Tish. What's up, Tish? What's up, Yolanda? What's going on, Will? Shout out, Will, man. What's up? Here to learn and share. Lump up, and y'all heard Lump. Lump popped in with all the background noise on his cheap cell phone. Shout out, Marco. You know what I'm saying? Inez. Hopefully I answered your question, Inez, about the Discord. Kashaya. Bob's your uncle, Kashaya. What's going on, Kashaya? What's up, Ron? What's going on, cuz? What's happening? Yeah, man. Let's continue to. Anybody got anything else? You got anything else, Yolanda?
No, thank you. That helped, because I look at sometimes as the CE and as a sensitivity point, but even breaking it down in quadrants, including everything, still shows that sensitivity at the bottom. So that helps. Thanks.
You're very welcome. Oh, Shonister, hey, when you come back up in here, hey, how you doing? Oh, by the way, Shonister. Hey, man. Like I say today, price went up, price went down, price was heavily manipulated today, right? Let's go down for some detail, right? Let's look at some we're gonna go all the way down to a 1 minute chart. Let's knock off what's been going on already for trading for the next trading day. All right, we're gonna come to a 1 minute chart, right? And let's squanch the chart up like this right here. Squanch it up. Be like, Tim, when you squeeze all up like that, I can't see nothing. I know. Right? And we're gonna just put in the screen where we can just see from the open, right? And over here, for those who don't know, right? Let me hey, I hit the wrong thing. I'm sorry, y'all. All right, there we go. Over here to the far left over here, where you can see the red bouncing ball, that's the start. That the gray box there, that's the 6 p.m. start. That's when the day starts after the halt, right? Right here, I don't know if y'all can see that black line right there, but that black line that I just made a little thicker there, this one here, the lower black line, that's the midnight open, right? That's the midnight open. So let's put a vertical line there. Okay. Put a vertical line right there, sticking that up. That's the midnight open. All righty. So looking at, and then over here to the far right, that's the end of the day. Right? That's the end of the day. So looking at what price did throughout the day, right? Looking at what price did throughout the day, okay, was today a power of 3 day? Was today a power of 3 day? If you think today was a power of 3 day, put a 1 in the chat. If you think it was not a power of 3 day, put a 2 in the chat. And if you speak Canadian, NO was not an option. Okay, we got a few tools in the chat. How many people we got on here? Bob, hey, Bob's your uncle. Shout out Kashaya, man. Shout out Kashaya. Somebody, I don't know if they was talking to me, but I was on a stream earlier, and they was like, "You laugh really loud, Unc." I'm not sure, but I do see manipulation and displacement. I applaud you for your honesty. You're correct. Manipulation and displacement did take place all day long, right? And I'm really glad that Ron said this right here, because when we see portions, man, that's all the participation I'm gonna get. 1, 2, 3, 4 people. 4 people put up they answer. That's all I'm gonna get. Then somebody put something in the gang. That's all I'm gonna get. 4 people. Oh man. 4 people ain't much a good enough response. My feelings hurt now. Well, look like ain't nobody paying no attention, so we might as well go ahead and end the live. Might as well cut it off here. Ain't nobody paying attention, nobody participating. I thought the consolidation was accumulation.
Oh, so you looking for a power of 3 day?
I said, what's the day of power of 3? Looking at this the day. This all the price action.
Okay.
Right here.
All right, I see your accumulation. And what okay, the manipulation is, I guess, when they went up top at the end of that accumulation. We looking at 1 minute charts.
Yep, we looking at the whole day.
Okay.
It don't matter what time frame we're looking at. We're looking at the whole day. What's today?
Accumulation,
Uh,
manipulation.
uh,
Yeah, I'm
and
gonna give it a power of 3. Go ahead. I
and this
said
right
what?
here did a lump pulling up with shout out lump pulling up with the hard hitting answer, right? Even though it's wrong, shout out lump pulling up with the hard hitting answer, and this ties into what Ron was saying. Ron said, "I'm not sure, but I do see manipulation and displacement." And when Lump pulled up, what Lump said? Lump said, I see some manipulation. I see some this. I see some that. I see this here. I see." Whenever we are thinking that hard about it, we probably trying to force it. We probably trying to force it. If you can't look at the chart and it jump out at you, it's probably not that. Especially when it comes to ICT concepts. If you can't just look at the chart and clearly see, right? If you can't look at the chart and clearly see, because the power of, what's the power of 3? The power of 3 is the what? Somebody in the gang unmute and tell me. The power of 3.
AMD.
The power of 3 is the AMD is what?
Accumulation, manipulation, and
Yeah.
delivery
Accumulation, manipulation, distribution, but that's
or
the what?
distribution. Okay.
That's the what?
That's the noun.
That's the
I mean,
verb.
wait, that's the verb.
Yes. This is the verb, this is the noun, right? If you can't look at that, when I squeeze this chart up right here and you can't visually see let's say today was the day was green. Yes, it was green because we opened here. We opened here and we closed here, right? So if you can't visually look at the chart and see with the way price moving, it formed and it's a candle that closed here, right? So if we got a candle that closed here and opened there, if you can't visually look at the price and see that we opened, made a low, made a high, and then closed off of the high based off just looking at the price, that's not, it's got to jump off the chart. It's got, we shouldn't be coming here like, I think this manipulation. Well, wait a minute. I think this the manipulation. No, wait a minute. Maybe that's the manipulation. Maybe if it don't jump off the chart, you forcing it. You forcing it.
Yeah,
Right?
I saw that. I was just testing you. I saw it.
Yeah, I appreciate you trying to keep me on my toes.
I make it see you on point.
Right. I appreciate you keeping me on my toes. You and Ron both. Both y'all keeping me on my toes. Y'all like, hey, you know what I'm saying? But I'm glad that Ron said that, and I'm glad that Lump pulled up and was answering, because there's a lot of y'all that was sitting, looking at your TV screen, looking at your phone, doing the same thing, and quietly in the background, not putting in your answer because you want to see what everybody else say so you can cheat off their test. But if it don't jump off the screen at you, it's not it. That's how ICT concepts work. If it don't jump off the screen at you, it's not it. Right? What do I always say? Right? When you can point out algorithmic reasons for price to go up and price to go down, it's not what? If you can point out algorithmic reasons for price to go up and price go down, it is not what? Shout out to everybody that's been pulling up with the hard hitting answers, man. It's not what? 2 words. First word starts with a H. Come on. Y'all embarrassing me out here in these streets. Clear, obvious. First word starts with a H. High probability. Thank you, 80. If you can point out algorithmic reasons for price to go down, if you can point out algorithmic reasons for price to go up, right? It's not high probability. Right? It's not high probability. And when you find yourself in a situation right? When you look at before, like let's get to 9 o'clock. Let's get to 9:30. Right? Let's move this line here. We're gonna move. Well, we'll leave that line there, right? We'll leave that line there, and we're just gonna identify like key points. All right. Midnight. Okay. Midnight. Put it in the middle. I'm gonna darken it up. All right. So we got midnight. Okay. Come over here. All right. New York Open. All right. Here we go with this. The Fed's watching. It's probably going to crash in a minute. New York Open. Six p.m. open. All right. So by the time we got to New York Open, right? By the time price got right here to New York Open, looking back at price, what do you notice about price? By the time we got to New York Open right here, looking back at price from the 6 p.m. open, midnight open, and then by the time we got to the New York Open, what do we notice about price? Somebody tell me what you noticed about price. Just one just looking at price. We ain't trying to make it super complicated. When you just look at the price prior to the New York, consolidating. Right? Price is just consolidating when we come into the New York Open. That's all it's doing, consolidating. Shout out, who was that said that?
That was Mike. I got a question about that though, Tim. So that consolidation wouldn't be considered accumulation?
Go ahead and interrupt me, Mike. What say it? You gonna make me forget what I was saying? You said
that was me who asked the question.
It wouldn't be considered manipulation. I mean, you said it would be considered accumulation. Yes. All right. In the sense of, and I'm glad you said that, Mike. Y'all coming through with the segues. Even though I done forgot what I was saying, y'all coming through with the segues. Ron started it off, right? Lump came in and supported what Ron was saying, because Lump was talking the same way Ron was typing. I think that's I think it looked like this and it looked like that, and then Mike done pulled up with the assumption, the same thing. What did I start out saying? If we can't be looking for everything everywhere, right? We see consolidation and we automatically thinking, okay, we're accumulating, right? What do I always say whenever you see price consolidating? What's the first thing you should think? Come on, Mike, don't get quiet on me now. Whenever you see price consolidating, what's the first thing you should think?
The first thing I was what I would think was actually, let's wait and see what price is going to tell.
Wait for price to tell you what it wants to do.
And why are we waiting for price to tell you what? When you see consolidation, why are we saying, let me wait to see what price going to do? Because we are where? But the first thing you should think about, as soon as you see price consolidating, what's the first thing you should think about?
We at equilibrium.
We at some equilibrium. Exactly. Soon as you see price consolidating, right, you should say, man, we at some kind of equilibrium. So the first thing you want to do is pop out, right? Pop out. You can either do it through time. You can either do it through higher time frame charts. And like I'm on a 1 minute chart, I can't even squanch this enough to see where, and the more I squeeze it up, I see that we've been consolidating a long time. You see what I'm saying? I'm like, man, we ain't just been consolidating overnight. We've been consolidating for a while, right? So now I got to pop out on my higher time frames, get all this stuff off my chart, right? Get everything off my chart. Get out of here, everything, right? Now I got to pop out on my higher time frames because I can't even squeeze my chart up because I got a lot of consolidation I need to look at here. If I stop bumping it to my mouse, I can circle all of this right here, right? So now I'm just gonna jump out to a higher time frame, and I'm just gonna go all the way up to 4 hours so I can get as much in the chart as I can, right? And so I just decided on 4 hour. It wasn't no rhyme or reason to it. And when I come here, I just jump to 4 hour, and I can see that area that I just circled right there. Yes, indeed, we were consolidating on a 4 hour time frame ever since Tuesday at 2 p.m. So ever since Tuesday at 2 p.m., we've been consolidating in this area right here, right? So we just been chilling for a couple of days, right? So then I'm going to back all the way out. Now that I'm on a 4 hour chart, right? I'm going to look for the lowest low from where price is right now, right? Or the highest high from where price is right now, right? It don't matter, however you want to do it. So I'm going to get my Fibonacci tool. I'm going to look at price, and I come down. I say, is this the lowest low from where price is right now, right? Like current price. Is this low the lowest low, and is this high the highest high from where price is right now, right? Then I could be like, nah, that really not. But this one is, right? That's pretty low. When I come back over here, I'm getting super far away from price, right? When I'm looking at these right here, I'm getting really, really far away from, I'm way back in 2024, right? Getting really far away from price, right? And then when I'm looking, you can use your eyes. You can use your eyes, be like, okay, this kind of like, when I do the chart like that, that kind of put the thing in the middle of the screen, right? You can, if you ain't good at picking the right high and low, right? You can just set it to where your chart adjusts for you, right? And then you pull it back and you be like, oh, look, hey, that little area consolidation look like it's in the middle of the screen now, right? And then you say, okay, now let me see. Okay, yeah, that low right there. That's that low right there. And then you just pull it up like this right here until your trusty 50% gets to where that equilibrium is. See how that right there, it's like now, it look like it's in the middle of the screen. And now that 50%, that red line there, let me do it like this so it's only one line, right? CE, right? See that one black line there is in the middle of the screen. And then you look, you say, oh, there's a high right there. Let me anchor it there, right? Boom. We're in the middle of the road. We're just consolidating, right? So we're in the middle, and then that's how you know this is the dealing range, right? This is the dealing range that the algorithm is paying attention to right now, right? This is my sell side liquidity, right? My box bottom, right? For what the algorithm is looking at right now. Right? I'm just going to pick any box bottom. Don't pay attention that it says month, and don't pay attention that it says high, because I picked the wrong one, right? I'm just going to I picked the wrong one. I'm picking the box bottom month. Boom, right? Don't just ignore it says month. And then I'm going to come up here and put it up here. And that right there is my box top, right? This is the range that the algorithm is paying attention to at this moment in time, right? At this moment in time, because we were just consolidating all night. And then as we zoomed out, we saw that we had been consolidating since Tuesday afternoon, right? We just been consolidating since, we're like, man, we've been consolidating since Tuesday afternoon. Right? So here we go on Thursday morning, right? And we've been consolidating since Tuesday afternoon, and price hasn't broken out of this consolidation, right? So at that moment in time, I'm not looking for anything high probability. Why? Because we're right in the middle of the road, right? We're right in the middle of the road, and we have been consolidating for 2 days, right? I'm right in the middle of the road. We've been consolidated for 2 days. I see that I'm neither in a premium or a discount in the overall dealing range. So at this moment, I can make the informed decision based off of algorithmic signatures that I don't want to participate right now. Because what happens during consolidation? The market does what? What is the market doing during consolidation? What is it doing?
Engineering liquidity.
Engineering liquidity, right? You're engineering liquidity when the market is consolidating, right? If you don't understand that liquidity is being engineered, you will become that liquidity. Remember, the market is full of willing and unwilling liquidity at all times. you either sitting there and getting snuffed out, right? Or you just giving up and saying, man, just go ahead and get me out the market, man. This ain't my day. You either willing or unwilling liquidity. So if you know that the market engineers liquidity during this consolidation, that's what that A is. That A is accumulation, right? Remember, price is fractal, right? Remember, price is fractal. So when we're looking at these concepts, right? You're not wrong, Mike, when you look at it and say, hey, Tim, wouldn't that consolidation just be accumulation? Yes, you're dead right. It's just accumulation. All right. But what we don't know is how long is the algorithm going to accumulate orders? We don't know that, right? We don't know how long it's going to accumulate. We don't know how long Uncle Powell going to hold it in this range, right? We don't know when they going to let the tiger out the cage. Come on. Come out the cage, tiger. Which way the tiger going to go? We don't know. Okay. Which way it's accumulating right here? Which way it's going to go? All right. All right. Let me do this right here. I'm going to take this off right there. Do this right here. Looking at this chart right here, right? Y'all already know we talked about this, right? This was our first target for our market maker buy model, right? We talked about this. This was our first target for our market maker buy model, right? This was the second target for the bigger market maker buy model. Okay. All right. So, and the target was that high right there. Got to give the people what they want, right? That was the first high. That was the first target for the model, right? That was the second target for that model, right? For this market maker buy model, that was the first target. We was like, we reached our target. We waiting for price to show up, tell us what it wants to do, right? And when we got here, it was moving very fast toward that, right? And then when we got it, now we're here, right? What is price doing right here? Right, when we look at this whole little area there, these 4-hour candles, right? These are 4-hour candles. This right here is Wednesday the 22nd. Wait a minute now. Let's go back. Yeah, right. There, yeah. Okay. Right here. It's 22nd there. Yes, okay. So yeah, Wednesday 22nd. What is price doing right here? Right? In that little area that I circled. What is price doing? No,
Consolidating.
yeah, consolidating. There you go. I see here, learn to share, say accumulating. Yeah, accumulating, consolidating. Yes, very good. Right? It's just consolidating. It's just accumulating orders. Now, we're in a market maker buy model, right? What's our draw on liquidity here? That's our draw on liquidity there. We already hit this right here. All right. We already hit that right there. All right. So that's our draw on liquidity, that green line, right? We're in a market maker buy model. Price is just consolidating right here. All right. Somebody tell me which way price is going to go. Which way price going to go when it leaves this area of consolidation right here? Which way, when they let the tiger out the cage, which way he gonna go?
You don't
when
know.
When you're looking at the chart right here, just like this right here, right? You think the tiger gonna take off to the upside, or you think the tiger gonna take off to the downside?
We don't know.
We don't know. We don't know. But because this is our draw on liquidity, and because we're that close to it, right, we are looking for it to just take off to the moon. And we're trying to force it to take off to the moon. So we're every time we look at it, we say, oh, we got some accumulation, right? We got some accumulation. We got some expansion. We got retracement. We're accumulating again. We trying to force it to get there. We're looking for everything for the reason that we want it to play out. Right? We ain't just looking to say, oh, price accumulating for the fact that it's accumulating. We looking at it as, okay, it's accumulating, so I should be expecting expansion. It's accumulating, so I should expect the expansion just to wick this out real quick for manipulation and then come back up that way, give me a reversal. We start trying to force our wheel on the market, right? When it's just accumulating and we don't know. And this is where we want to come to, right? But if we put our meat back on the bone, Chin Wan, Chin Wan, we didn't even touch it. Didn't even touch it at all. Boom! Straight down here. Took out that low right there and created a relative equal low, right? So, and that was on Sunday, right? That was on Sunday when we started Friday morning sometime, like whatever had cut off here. Then Sunday we gapped down, which was Monday's trading, right? And then Tuesday we came all the way down here and took out this low right here and created a relative equal low. So now, what has price done? Right? Price has engineered buy side liquidity. Price has engineered sell side liquidity. Right? Yes. What's up? Shout out BD, man. Shout out BD. OG gang right there. BD OG gang. BD been around since before the gang even existed. You feel me? Before the gang existed, BD been around. You know what I'm saying? Hey, but when price engineers buy side and engineers sell side, right? And then we figure out that we're sitting right at equilibrium. We are still in the what Tish at? Tish, pull up and sing it for me. Pull up in the Discord and sing it for what Tish is. Tish in here? Is Tish in here? We are still in the middle of the road. We're in the middle of the road, man. We're in the middle of the road. So we should not be trying to force anything, right? Because when we look back over these 4-hour candles, right? we've been consolidating. We said ever since the 18th, 12/18 is when this consolidation started, right? This small consolidation we was looking at, right? It started consolidating back on Tuesday, right? So you got this little small consolidation that started on Tuesday that's inside this huge consolidation that started way back in December, and the algorithm just engineered buy side, immediately came down and engineered sell side. All right. So, and price is fractal, right? And price is fractal. So on a intraday basis, if you're looking at let's pretend that these aren't 4-hour candles. Let's pretend that these are 15-minute, let's even say 5-minute candles. Right? We're going to pretend like I like 15. So we're going to say all these are 15-minute candles. Right? If the algorithm engineers buy side by creating relative equal highs, not just relative equal, but high probability relative equal highs, meaning the high on the left is lower than the high on the right, and there's a great amount of time in between there. Those are high probability. Why? Because it came all the way up to this area of retail resistance. That's French. If you don't speak French, I just said resistance. That in English is resistance, but in French it's resistance, right? So retail resistance, and then we come down here, right, and make relative equal lows, and the low on the right is higher than the low on the left, and there's a great amount of time in between, right? So now, what does somebody unmute and tell me what the French retail traders call this right here? This right here is what? Trick question. We ain't got no French word for that. This is support. We got some support and some resistance, right? If we're in between high probability highs and high probability lows, what's the protocol? Somebody tell me the protocol. You can either type it in the chat or unmute and say it.
Sit on your hands.
Sit on your hands, and we wait for price to do what?
Force the trade and go for it.
YOLO, baby. YOLO full port. YOLO full port. Full port, cuz. Full port. Full port, cuz. Get mortgage your house and put it all in Bitcoin, cuz. Bitcoin. We in a Bitcoin bull market, cuz. Full port. You sit on your hands and wait for price to engage with one of these liquidities. When you're looking at price intraday, we saying, hey, these 15-minute candles, right? When you see the algorithm engineers liquidity, relative equal highs, engineers liquidity, relative equal lows, and you send XRP to the moon, cuz put XRP in the chat, y'all. Cuz drop the XRP on you. Cuz drop XRP in the chat. Shout out all the crypto folk. I ain't got no A. If you into crypto here and you looking at this your first time pulling up, I ain't got no ill will for nobody, no crypto folk or nothing. Me personally, I don't deal with crypto because it's not regulated. I don't mess with nothing that's not regulated. I got a lot of friends who done got rug pulled dealing with different types of crypto. You know what I'm saying? All crypto ain't bad, but I done got friends that got rug pulled. I know people that got money tied up in crypto. So me personally, I choose not to mess with it because it ain't regulated. You know what I'm saying? If it was regulated, then that'd be a different story. The government working on stuff trying to regulate it. They already got tax stuff in place. how they taxing it. They trying to get it to where they can have it heavily regulated like futures. Like futures is regulated. Futures is different from that's why as like we can't legally trade CFDs as American citizens, cuz CFDs are like the forex version of our indexes. Like we got the NQ, they got the NAS 100. We got the ES, they got the NAS 500. We got the not the NAS 500, it's the something 500. And then you got the NAS 100, the something 500, and then the Dow 30. It's something like that. But those are for people that's outside of the US so that they can trade our market, right? But it's not but we can't trade it. We got this, and it ain't regulated like our indexes is. That's why people who trade forex, they be talking about slippage. They be talking about they wicks don't be the same depending on what broker you're looking at. Like if I was I'm looking at the NQ here, and that wick on that calendar right there is 20,736.75. But if I was looking at like some type of forex thing on this broker, it may be 20,736.75. But on another broker, it might be, God dog it, come here, get back. On another broker, it might be 20,757 even. You know what I'm saying? Because it ain't regulated. They can do what they want to do with they data feeds. That's how they make their money. They manipulate the data feeds to make their money. But I digress. I was just saying all that to say it ain't regulated like the stuff is over here, like the American mark, the US indices and stuff like that. So it's easier for people to scam folk. It's easier for people to rug pull people. So that's why I don't mess with it. And I ain't got no ill will toward nobody that do it. Right. But for some reason, it's a whole lot of people that's into crypto that's got ill will for us folk that don't do it. And I do not know why. Just like it's a whole lot of people that's got ill will for us ICT traders. And I do not know why. There's a lot of people that hate ICT traders. And I ain't did nothing to nobody. All I did was try to help people. And there's some people that can't stand me. But back to what I was saying, right? If you see the market has engineered liquidity, right? And you're in between this engineered liquidity, right? The best thing to do is wait for the algorithm to engage one side of the story, right? Wait for the algorithm to engage one side of the story, right? And then start making your decisions, right? And price is fractal. You have to learn how to see it in real time. Okay? You got to learn how to see it in real time. And let's see here real quick. You can utilize different tools to help you see stuff, right, in real time. You reach for different tools. All right. You reach for different tools to help you see stuff in real time. All right. So when you're looking at price, squeeze this up a little bit. All right. So we see here that this is where, like, as price was coming here, right, as price was coming up here, right, and we were anticipating it to hit that high after this was our initial target. This was our target, right? We reached our target. We said, hey, now that we've reached our target, we want price to just tell us what it wants to do. Like, give us some kind of clue of like what you want to do, right? Then it pushed up close here, and then it just started engineering liquidity, right? Okay, fine. This is a spot where we're anticipating it to get to eventually, right? But this was our target. We anticipating it to get here eventually, but this was our target. So now when price gets here, right, and it's very close there, and we're, doing, right, as we drop away, right, at this point right here, right, at this point right here, let's back this off, right, let's back this off right there. Let's come here. Boom. So at that point right there, when price gets there, now it's like we got clues. We got clues for stuff to look at. Now we look here, we say, okay, we got relative equal highs here, right? Right now we got relative equal lows there, right? Not a lot of time in between it, but it's still they're not right next to each other. So we got relative equal lows, we got relative equal highs there, right? So now we look at the other sisters, right? And let's look at this same relative high, right? So if we come to the same relative high here, that's this high right there on the ES, right? So if we come over here to that same high on the ES, relatively, it ain't the exact same candle, but relative, right? That's the same relative high on the ES, all right? And we come over here on the YM, right? Ain't the exact same high as the NQ, but relative, same little area, right? This is the same relative equal high on the YM, right? So when we get to this point right here, right? When we get to this point here, now we see that once the high that we was anticipating price to draw into, right? We can see that the ES took it out and then went into consolidation. The Dow took it out and then went into consolidation. Let me get it a little bit better on the Dow. I'm slipping over there, right? The Dow took it out and then went into consolidation, right? And so this little area of consolidation right here, this is that area there, right? We was having divergence. Right, we was having some divergence during that time, right? Divergence is what? A cracking correlation, right? A cracking correlation. So at this point in time here, right, what type of divergence is going on right here, right? In relations to this high, before we even got this drop down, right? Matter of fact, let's go and take even before we got, I was talking about there, right? But the drop down is the reason why now we've popped out and looking at the three sisters, right? Bearish divergence. Very good. And I'm sorry for speaking so much French to y'all. If y'all don't understand, I'm talking about the divergence between the sisters, the SMT divergence, right? So the drop down was the reason to say, hey, let me look out and see what's going on, because we came very close to a high and then all of a sudden we just backed up off of it and sat my cup down. Tangerine and Chronic. Y'all know the rest. Y'all know the rest, right? So now we're out here looking at the three sisters, right? And then we say, oh man, we do got some bearish divergence. But even before this drop right here, even before this drop of all three of the sisters, right, we can already see that we had bearish divergence, right? We can already see that we had bearish divergence before we even got that drop, right? And then this right here was Friday, right? Before the drop, it was Friday, right? So going into Friday, we're very close to this high, right? We came near, didn't touch it. The ES took it, and the Dow took it out on Monday, right? The Dow took it out on Monday. The ES took it out on Wednesday. And here we go on Friday, and the NQ still hasn't taken it out, right? So right there, we already know that we got some divergence, right? We got some divergence. And then we go to our other little tool in our toolbox that ain't got nothing to do with technicals, and we come over here to the economic calendar and we look at the economic calendar for this week. And then we notice that on Monday, we got a little bit of news, nothing super exciting, right? Then on Tuesday, we got consumer confidence. That's important. Durable goods, that can be important sometime too. It's got a red, but consumer confidence is very important, right? Then on Wednesday, we got one of the big ones. We got FOMC meeting on Wednesday, right? Then on Thursday, we got GDP. And then on Friday, we got PCE, right? And we got jobless numbers on Thursday. So now Friday, we're coming into a week with a bunch of news, right? We're coming into a week with a bunch of news, right? We got bearish divergence, right? We got bearish divergence coming into a week with a bunch of news. The bearish divergence, all it does is indicate a cracking correlation. It don't tell you what the market's going to do, but it's just telling you there's a cracking correlation, right? And when there's a cracking correlation, what does that signify? That can signify that the direction that price is moving may be coming to what? Right? Who remember this? Stacks on stacks on stacks, gang. Stacks on stacks on stacks. When we see a cracking correlation, we should think the direction price moving may be coming to what? Huh?
An end.
Might be coming to an end. It might be coming to an end. That cracking correlation means that the direction this price moving might be coming to an end. Right? It might be coming to an end. And if you're going up, right? And you understand that the direction may be coming to an end, right? And then price just starts consolidating, right? Price just start consolidating overall. And you like, man, the direction might be coming to an end, right? Then you shouldn't be getting too excited about trying to force price to take out that liquidity, right? So then when you get the move, boom, you get this aggressive move in the other direction, right? You get this aggressive move in the other direction come Monday, right? Super aggressive move in the opposite direction, right? Whenever, what we say, if you reject a high or low, right? If you reject a high or low, what's the most probable draw on liquidity at that time? When you reject a high or low, what's the most probable draw on liquidity? Stacks on stacks, gang. Come on. The side that sent you there. The low or the high that sent you there. That's your most probable draw on liquidity when you reject the high. Do you have to get there? No, you don't. You don't have to get there, but that's your most probable draw on liquidity, right? So when you look at where you are in price, right? We are here. That's where we are in price, right? We reject that high, right? On the ES, we come here and we're rejecting that high. You say, Tim, we went up above it. Yeah, going above it don't mean nothing. Tim, we closed I don't care. We rejecting off of it now, right? That's what people be messing up with ICT concepts. Oh, the candle closed above, the candle closed below. If it prints that number, it's in the algorithm's mental Rolodex. I don't care where the candle closed at. Right now, the closure can show you some things, right? If it closed well above or below, yeah, I'm ready to go this way in a hurry. I ain't got a whole lot of time to be retracing. So when you start seeing a lot of retracing, then you be like, oh, that's manipulation. Because the algorithm's showing me it's ready to go. But if we coming way back over here, that's manipulation. But if it's rejecting, you like, oh, the algorithm got some business to handle back here. The most probable place is going to be this liquidity back here. But it don't have to be there. That's just the most probable draw. Because price seeks balance and liquidity, right? So if price is turning around, you want to go back and look for where's the most liquidity. You always want to think in the mind of the market efficiency paradigm. Where's the most liquidity? Okay. So if we're rejecting that high, right? If we're rejecting that high, right? What's the low that sent you there, right? When we look back through price, oh, that's the lowest low before I got up there. That's the lowest low before I got up there. That's the lowest low before I got up there, right? What's that there? Relative equal lows in the same spot, right? They don't have to be the lowest low ever, like the NQ made this low, maybe a little lower than the NQ, you know what I'm saying? But it's still, that's the low that sent us there. So that's the most probable draw on liquidity, right? So as price is doing its thing, right? You're watching for signatures as it's doing its thing. Does it want to get there, right? Does it want to get there, right? Let's put some meat on the bone, right? We came down, right? When we came down, did we get there on the NQ? Nope. We came down and took out some liquidity, right? We came and took out some liquidity, but all we did was create relative equal lows, right? We came down, right? We took out some liquidity and we didn't even create, we didn't even get to the relative equal lows on the ES, right? We came down, we took out some liquidity, right? We didn't even get to that low on the YM and definitely not the low on the NQ, right? So now the ES and the Dow made a higher low than the NQ. What is that right there? What is that right there? It's a French word, right? It's a French word. What is this right here? It's a French word. Right? It's a French word. What is this? It's a French word. It's a French word. What is this? It's a French word.
It's bullish divergence.
Yes, bullish divergence. It took you a while to say that, because I heard me say it's a French word about 15 times before you said something. Hey, who took that message? Hey, put that message back. Say it with your chest. What you said here to learn and share. Who took that message? Hey, put that message back. Okay, so now when we got an indication that we want to possibly come back to that low. Okay, so now at this point here, you're watching for signatures to see if you want to come back to that low, right? When we come back to that low right there, we take out that sell side, but we don't take out the lowest low. And then what do we do here on this next candle? We reject the low, right? We reject the low. Off rip, the rejection of the low says the most probable draw would be the high that sent us there, right? So that's just based off the rejection. The most probable draw would be the high that sent us there, right? On top of that, we got divergence, right? So divergence coupled with the rejection, right? So now it's saying, hey, this big drop, the cracking correlation is saying this big drop may have come to an end. this big drop may have come to an end, right? Because we got a crack in correlation. We got divergence. And then we reject the low. The very next candle peels away, right? We reject the low. So now that's saying, okay, the most probable draw will be up there. So now you're looking for signatures to see if you want to go up there. Okay? And then let's go ahead and put all the meat back on the bone. All right? We put all the meat back on the bone. And then as we're looking for signatures, as if we want to continue to go back up there to the high that sent us there, right? Because that's Picasso's house, right? That's Picasso's house. So now we notice when we get up today, we notice that we've been consolidating all night. And we said, man, we've been consolidating here all night. Let's zoom out and see where we at. Man, we've been consolidating here since Tuesday. Man, we've been consolidating that long. Let's see where we at. Oh, man, we right in the middle of the road of the overall dealing range of the algorithm. So we're right there. So price has engineered buy side, engineered sell side, and now we're sitting right in the middle of the road. So I don't know which way price is going to go from here. I have no clue. It hasn't given me any indication of what it want to do. So now again, you got the opportunity to make the educated choice to say, I'm not going to do anything because it's not high probability. And I know there may be some that's sitting there saying, Tim, you didn't help me at all. And I know there's some that's sitting there that's saying, that boy good. That boy good. I never thought about looking at price like this. Right? But this is trading. This is trading. Trading ain't gambling. Trading ain't just jumping out there throwing money in the market and hoping to do something. All right? Trading ain't hearing about something that somebody at 7-Eleven told you was a good deal, and you go out there and you throw a couple $1,000s in it and hope it go from $5 to $150. That ain't trading. Sage, what you got, Sage? What you got, Sage? Sage, I don't see now question. What you talking about? Hold up. Sage, did you change your picture or you got 2 pages? Sage, did you change your picture midstream or you got 2 pages? Oh, you changed your picture. Okay. What's your question? Oh, my bad. Hey, Sage, hold on. Sage just want me to say, hey. Hey, Sage, how you doing? What's going on, Sage? I'm forget what I was just talking about, but this squirrel moment was brought to you by Sage. Everybody say hey to Sage. Hey, Sage, how you doing? How you doing, Sage? There's some people out there saying, that boy good. I ain't never think about looking at price like that, right? I always just be looking at, when I look at, I see it consolidating. I'm looking for the AMD. I'm looking for the Power 3 off rip. I ain't never thought about backing up and seeing what the higher time frame did. If I see expansion, I'm just looking for opportunity just to get long. Cause I said Picasso was here and I saw that we was consolidating and I saw that we dipped down below that low right there. Now I'm just looking for a reason to get long and go back there. It ain't never dawned on me to look to see that we had some bearish divergence and everybody was rejecting the high. We could be coming all the way back down here. That never occurred to me. That never occurred to me that I was trying to buy in a premium just to go right there. It never occurred to me that my reward to my risk was that far skewed. I'm looking to go there, and I got all this risk to the downside down here. It never occurred to me because I'm up here just trying to buy in the premium. I'm in the premium, but I want to buy. I want to go there. I'm in some kind of discount. I want to go there. Not knowing that the algorithm is operating in this dealing range, right? And I'm looking at this little range here trying to go there, and I'm in an extreme premium trying to buy. Never thought about looking at price like that until now. I was just saying we had a daily fair value gap too, also which supported NQ internal liquidity. I'll give it up for Sage. Thank you, Sage. We appreciate that. We appreciate that. But Sage, we want to talk about PDRAs. We just talk about the way price delivers. Hey, man, that's all I got, man. I'm hungry. It's 7:35. Y'all do anybody got anything for me? Any questions, comments, concerns? We said hey to Sage. Sage all good now. You know what I'm saying? Sage got a chance to share the FVG. We appreciate you for that. Here to learn to share. Said she didn't try to spell something like that. So she was going to redo it. All right. You're welcome, Sage. I appreciate you for coming out to support. I appreciate the support. No questions, no concerns, no comments, nothing from the gang. Gang, y'all got anything?
Yeah, I got some.
What you got?
Where you took your French lessons at?
Paris.
Oh, okay.
I was in Paris. You know what I'm saying?
I can dig it.
I was over there when Yeezy and Jay recorded the song.
Okay. I got you.
Paris.
Man, good session, man. We had a good session tonight.
I appreciate that.
No questions. Yeah.
Merci beaucoup. I appreciate that. I feel like we got down tonight, man. People be wanting to know, what's the best PD rate? What's the best ICT strategy? What's the best entry model? What's the best this? Tim, how do you identify a breaker? Tim, how do you identify? Man, learn how price move first. That's the first thing Michael teach. How does price move? Why does price move? If you don't understand that, learning the PD arrays ain't gonna do you no good. How does price move? Why does price move? Right? What's the sine qua non of trading? Who can tell me what the sine qua non of trading is? Come on. Last thing, and then we're going to go. What is the sine qua non of trading, gang?
You just told us this the other day. Was it time and price? Wait a minute.
Time is king. Time is king. But what's
where we at? Something about where we at, is it? I don't know.
Understanding what?
Price action.
In a nutshell.
Understanding where we at in price.
Understanding price
delivers.
Price delivery and price delivery.
It took 6 of us to get 3 words. That somebody else can be.
And order flow?
And order flow. There you go. Price delivery and order flow. All right. That's the sine qua non of trading. For those who don't know what sine qua non is, sine qua non. Right? I don't know if I spelled the non right, but sine qua non. That means without this, nothing else matters. Without this, that can't exist. Without this, you're wasting your freaking time. That's what sine qua non means, right? And so for the haters out there who think I'm just making stuff up, right? I want to let y'all know this is a real term. Sine qua non meaning, right?
Sine qua non.
Sine qua non, right? An essential condition. Let me blow it up for the haters. An essential condition, a thing that is absolutely necessary.
Sine qua non.
Sine qua non, right? Sine qua non. Let me say it again. An essential condition, a thing that is absolutely necessary, right? So now y'all understand why I say that understanding price delivery and order flow is the sine qua non of trading. Because if you don't understand price delivery, meaning why does price move? It moves towards liquidity and towards imbalances. It's trying to attack liquidity. It's engineering liquidity. It's taking liquidity. It's moving to imbalances. It wants to be efficiently delivered. That's why price is moving. It's not buying pressure. It's not selling pressure. The algorithm is scripted to keep everything balanced and to draw toward liquidity and imbalance. What is order flow? Order flow lets you know when price is bullish or when price is bearish, right? There are key signatures that you look at besides lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs. It's more than that, right? If you just want to look at it that simple, at least you got that part, right? But if you don't understand when the market is in a sell program, when it's in a buy program, when it's drawing towards liquidity, when it's drawing toward an imbalance, you don't understand what you're doing and you're gambling. Understanding price delivery and order flow is the sine qua non of trading. So until you understand price delivery, until you understand order flow, don't worry about what a fair value gap is. Don't worry about what a breaker block is. Don't worry about what a mitigation block is. Don't worry about what a order block is. Don't worry about any PD array until you understand price delivery and order flow. And with that, I yield my time and I bid you all adieu. Until the next time I get on Al Gore's internet and share my thoughts on this thing that we call price action. Y'all be safe out in these trading streets. Gone.